Hello, online crew. How are you traveling today? Hopefully awesome. Today, we're going to have a chat about 15 tips to help your Facebook Live stand out from the crowd. So we're getting serious about Facebook Lives today. There's a very good reason for that. If you're not doing them, you are getting left behind. So live video has been proven. I've told you guys over and over again, but a latest stat that I shared with you guys last week is that video gets 58 or 59? One or the other. 58 or 59% more engagement than any other type of post on Facebook. Okay? If you're on other platforms, like Instagram, whatever, live video, wherever. As I've shared with you guys before, there is a reason why things like Reels and TikTok and, all those kind of things, they're video. People want video, guys. If you're not doing regular live video, you are missing out. You're slowing down your progress. So nothing new coming out of my mouth, hey. But we have a whole lot of people at the moment in our current round of the Online Crew Video Challenge. It's a 10-day challenge. It's completely free. They've started. They're on their way. So this video is for them predominantly, but anybody, any of you doing live video or thinking about doing live video, you just haven't got there yet, you want to listen to what I'm going to say today, because more and more people are going to be doing live video, which makes everything noisier. Social media is busy, guys, very busy. So how do you stand out from the crowd? You up your game. That's how you stand out from the crowd. You do things the best possible way that you can because you're being trained, you're here, you're listening, you're learning. For those of you that have been doing regular video for quite a while, hopefully these 15 tips that I'm going to give you, you're going, yep, doing all of those things. Maybe some of you are like, oh, I probably need to do a better job of that one. Those of you that are just starting out on live video, this is going to be super, super, super helpful for you guys. Okay, so this is things, it's a combination of things that, will just make your videos look better, sound better, come across better, be more attractive to your audience, will help you create more attention, all of those things above. Okay, so I hope this will be really helpful for, anyone across the board either doing them or thinking about doing them, or you've been doing them for a while, but you're just checking in on how you're going with all the things. Okay, so if we've not met before, my name is Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain. So I am here to serve our amazing community of home-based business owners, entrepreneurs, those in direct selling, network marketing, any of you that have got a business that you build from home. I'm in the industry with you, building a large team globally around the world in the health and wellness sector. So everything that I teach, I'm doing myself. So you can have confidence in knowing that I do know what I'm talking about. Okay. Had a lot of success in my network marketing business since I've been online. So live video is probably the most powerful thing that I've done. It's the most consistent thing that I've done. It's the one thing that I have done consistently, and it's served me well. Okay, so I think I've got some experience behind me with live video. The fact I go live 5 days a week for the most part, every single weekday in, week in, week out, that I can sort of share some tips with you regarding live video. So welcome. If anybody is new to our community here, please put the word down new so we can embrace you and welcome you to our community here. So a few hellos. We've got Crystal. We've got Karen. How are you? We've got Melvet. Crystal's one of our life members. 59%. Thank you. I couldn't remember it was 58 or 59. Hello, Cheryl. How are you? Hello, Laurie. Loved the training today. I'll get to that in a sec. Cheryl's one of our life members. Hello, Cherie. She's one of our VIPs. Hello, Edith. Ready to take notes. Awesome. There is always room for improvement. Always. So a couple of quick reminders, guys. Those of you in the video challenge, I went in live in the video challenge group for video number 6, giving you content for days 5 to 10. So if you've missed that, go into the group and look for video 6. Those of you in my coaching community, I did the most awesome training and Laurie's just said she loved the training. If you need to get organized, you need to organize a DMO. You need some tracking for all the people that you're talking to, prospects, leads, where they're at. You got pieces of paper going everywhere. You're quite unorganized. You are going to love the training that I just did in the coaching community. So coaching community members, go and catch the replay. Any of you that would like to be in the coaching community, you can get in there for $1. and get this amazing training that it will change your life as far as how you organize your time, how you track prospects and leads and where you're at and what people are doing and whatever, rather than pieces of paper everywhere and relying on memory. Your messenger's full of messages and you can't remember who's where, what, whatever. Most importantly, it'll help you organize to the point you can get a bit of your life back. It's that important and that beneficial. So make sure you go and catch that training. Okay, so that's inside my coaching community. My branding course is also coming up on the 24th of this month. It'll be the 22nd round, I think. So if you need to build your brand on Facebook, you have not sorted that out yet, join me. Okay, all of that stuff's on my website, helenmartinonline.com. You can see the coaching community graphic, you can see the build your brand graphic, and you can just click on those and get the details. Okay, so let's get into it because I've got a lot of tips to share, 15 of them. First thing that's going to make your video stand out from the crowd is your energy, guys. How do you show up on your live videos? And I do get that a lot of you would be very nervous in the beginning. But the best thing that you can do is smile. I harp on this, I know that, but you're not, just blunt, guys, nobody's going to watch you if you're boring. They're just not. So if you need a bit more energy to your live videos, stand up. If you don't need to stand up, like you've got a bit of a setup on a desk and things like that, then just make sure you're bringing a bit of movement and a bit of energy to what it is that you're saying and you're doing, because, you want your videos to stand out. You want to smile. You want to jump on your videos and go, hey, you don't want to be somebody that you're not, but you want to be somebody that people want to watch. Okay? You may be talking about something serious. That's fine. You may not be a smiling person. That's fine. But there's nothing that would stop you at least the beginning of your video to smile and say hello to your audience. Okay, so your energy, smiling, I say this a lot in the video challenge. If you're walking down the street and somebody smiles at you, what do you tend to do? You smile back at them. Okay. It's just people mirror your energy, guys. So if you're really flat and not smiling and not giving much energy, then people aren't going to be that excited to watch you. Okay. So again, you don't need to be somebody that you're not, but it costs nothing to smile. Okay. Let people know that you're enjoying what you're doing. Even though you might be petrified, those of you that are doing live video for the first time, just smile through that and tell people. And just be honest about that, because that's what they really appreciate. It's like, this is so nerve-wracking for me. I don't know what happens when I turn the live button on and I just go to water. Like, what's going on? Like, share that with people. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, where are you looking? There's nothing more frustrating to people than if you're sort of over here for the whole entire video, you're not even looking at your audience. So just checking in, and look back on your own videos to check this out. But you want to look at the camera, and the camera on your computer is not here. I'm looking at myself here. I'm looking at my camera there. So I've always got to remember to look up at the camera and not look down at me. The same as your phones. Your phones can be really bad, guys. If you're looking at yourself in the middle of the, in the middle of the screen, you're actually looking, you're not looking at your audience. Your camera's over, where's mine? My camera is actually way over here. So when I'm actually doing lives on my phone in landscape, I've actually got to look right over to the end of my phone. The way that you can test that is just either on your phone or on your computer. You just put your finger over the camera to know where you need to look. As soon as it's in the middle of the camera, it's like, oh, that's where I need to look, up there or over there on your phone or over there on your phone. Okay, so make sure you're addressing your audience and looking them in the eye. You with me, guys? Okay, people, you want to have a conversation with your audience. You don't want to be looking sort of around, everywhere. Okay. Number three is make sure that people can, hear you and your sound is really good. If you've got any sound issues, just make sure you got something like that on hand with the microphone part in it, so that you can actually handle, any kind of wind or anything if you're doing your video outside. Often when people do videos outside, you can't tell if there's slight bit of wind that they can't hear you, because you can't really you're just talking. But sound is a big one that people will turn off. If people can hear you but they can't quite see you, they'll stay with you. But if they can see you clearly but they can't hear you, then they're gone. They're off. You don't ever want that to happen. So just make sure, you've got good volume on your computer. Some of you will go to the trouble of, microphones and things like that. You don't have to do any of that in the beginning. Just make sure you've got good volume. I did watch a video yesterday where the volume was cutting in and out, and it was like something's wrong with their microphone or something like that. So go and just listen to your own videos sometimes, guys, to make sure that they're as clear as they possibly can. Okay, it makes a big difference sound. Okay, it can be really distracting for people with what you've got in the background. They might not, if you've got like a really, really, really busy background with a whole lot of things in there, people are looking at what's in your background more than they're looking at, your face. If you want them to really listen to you and tune in, then, the less distracting kind of the background, like I haven't got a bookshelf with a whole lot of books and this and that and whatever, that people are going, what is that? And they're not listening to what you say. You want people to listen, to what you say. The other thing that you want to watch that is more helpful to people is that you are centered. I see a lot of videos where people are down here. I see videos where they're up here. I see videos with people on the side. Like, just have an awareness of, how you're showing up on your video, and then it's as centered, as can be. You don't need an amazing background, just a less distracting background. Okay, so the position of where you are and sort of how you're showing up can help people like really tune into what you're saying rather than being distracted by, what's around you. That doesn't mean, like, don't overthink that, guys. If you're going live in the moment, some of my best videos, highest watch videos, is when I'm not here, because people are curious about where I am. My highest views are generally when I'm in the car with the whole family. People are like, oh, what's she up to? Where's she going? So it doesn't mean you can't have, out and about and a cool background and explain that. But just, it's more about sort of positioning in where you are, because people get distracted by that. Like, if I was sort of way over here, you would probably be thinking, why is she way over there and not centered? Does that make sense, guys? So, just look at things like, that, and be aware of the platform that you're on as to whether you should be doing your phone in portrait or landscape. On Facebook, landscape is better, like doing it this way. Because if somebody's watching your video on a computer and you do it in portrait mode, you get those two big ugly black bars or grey bars down the side. So if you do it in landscape, that doesn't happen. Other platforms, they're better in different ways. Like Instagram, it's better to be vertical. So just know the platform that you're on and the best way to show up, okay? The best one on Facebook is actually landscape, okay? All right. Okay. A really good way, which comes with time, because you kind of learn this and it's kind of a copywriting skill, but you can really help your videos stand out by what you put in the description. I've seen so many videos that there's no description at all. So I just mean, before you go live, you write a description to let people know what you're talking about. The better you can get at that description, the more curiosity that you can create in that description. It may be very factual. Like my description today is very factual. 15 tips to make your Facebook Live stand out. Those that are doing Facebook Lives will be interested in this video. Those that are not doing Facebook Live, they're scared of Facebook Live. They don't want it in their face, and reminding them that they're not doing Facebook Lives will not watch this video. Okay, so you find your tribe as well by your description. That's a good thing, guys. But give people a benefit to watch, create some curiosity if you can. Just really think about your description. So one, that you've actually got one there, but one, how can you really entice people to watch? And this is something that you get better with over time. Would you agree? Those of you that have been doing videos for a while, it's something that you grow into, is getting better with your descriptions. Because here's the reality, guys. Majority of people are not watching you live, they're catching the replay. So think about that for a minute. How do you encourage people to watch your replay? By what's written in your description. Why should I watch your replay? Give me a reason to watch your replay. The only reason is what's written in the description. If you've got nothing written in the description, I don't even know what you're talking about. Why would I press play? There's nothing, there's no enticement for me to press play if there's nothing written in the description. But if there's something, cryptically and creatively written in your description, I'll be like, I wonder what she was talking about. Big news. Listen in. Here's 5 ways to, have glowing skin without something or other. Here's what, 4 tips to without this. Like, create interesting headlines for people, and don't always necessarily say what it is that you're talking about. So this video I have, it's very strategic for our video challenges. I want them to be aware of what this video is and to watch it because it's going to be helpful to them. As I said, people that are avoiding live video won't watch this video because it's just a reminder that they're not doing the live video that they know they should be doing. But you will find a lot of my description in my live videos. I won't actually tell you exactly what I'm talking about. Or I'll give you an incentive. Say, if you do, if you know this little tip, it could, increase your engagement on social media. And people want to go, oh, I want to know those tips. Here's 5 tips to increase your engagement on social media. Most people want to increase their engagement on social media, so that would be an attractive heading to them. Got it, guys? So pay more attention to your description of your live videos and it'll make them stand out. All right, length of time. What will help your video stand out more is when you get more organic reach from it, okay? If it's sent to more people by Facebook, then you're going to be seen by more people. Okay, so it's going to make you stand out from the crowd because you're getting more engagement and it's being sent out to more people. So how do we do that? If your videos are super uber short, like they're a minute, Facebook ain't got any time to do anything with that. There's just, you're on and you're off as quick as you were on. So I don't recommend, unless it's appropriate for the platform, like, Reels or TikTok or something like that. Like, I don't recommend your Facebook Lives are only a minute or 2 because Facebook hasn't got enough time to do something with it. So the optimal mark apparently is between about 10 and 20 minutes. Now, for some of you who are newer, that might freak you out. I can't talk for 10 minutes. Don't worry about it. As long as you're doing them versus not doing them, they're starting. As you get more of an audience, you get your groove, you really know your niche, you know what you're teaching people, you can lengthen that. So you don't necessarily have to strive for that in the beginning when you're just finding your feet, but that's what you're striving for. I can tell, like, I can watch the timing of my video, and when my views increase is the longer that I go live. It's being sent out to more people and more people are jumping on. So, watch your numbers sometimes and see how that works for you, but somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes. And here's another tip. If you're brand new to live video and you don't have an audience that shows up necessarily every time that you go live, don't talk for too long because you haven't earned that right yet. People aren't used to you going live. So if you turn up and talk for half an hour and 40 minutes, they're like, man, they're waffling on, and they don't really know what it's about. When you've been doing live videos as long as I have, you know how easy it is for me to talk to. Like, I'm 19 minutes in already. Okay. So, I've got things to share with you. I engage with my audience. I ask you questions. I read out your answers. I've got good tips for you. There's more things for me to share. I'm very dialed in who my target market is, who I'm teaching, what I want to share with you, how I want you to win, and things that are going to benefit you. And I know that at least one of these tips will benefit you guys if you're doing live video. So, put into context your journey with live video as to how long you're going to talk for. But somewhere between the 10 and 20 minutes will give the algorithm more time to send it out to more people, okay? This is a huge one, guys, that's going to attract you to people, especially if you're just starting live video. Please remember this. And even those of you that are more experienced, you might need to remind yourself of this. Try to share, not preach in the beginning of your live videos. When somebody's a guru, they've got a guaranteed following, they can preach as much as they like and everyone's listening because they've already got the audience. When you're new, people don't know you as an expert in your field yet. You're just finding your feet and growing an audience. It's really, really important to just come across as though you're sharing the information, and this can help you get over your imposter syndrome. Who's going to listen to me? I'm a nobody. I haven't had any success online. I don't have a certificate in this to say that I'm qualified. You know, woe is me, feeling sorry for myself, all the rest of it. Okay, but when you share, people respect that. So when you turn up and go, look, this is what I'm learning, and I just thought I'd share it with you because it might be helpful for you, people respect that. When you suddenly turn up online out of nowhere and go, this is what you should do on this, and they're like, who the hell do they think they are? Because they don't know you as having any kind of expert or skills in a particular area, maybe. Okay, so massive, massive, massive tip. If you want to gain respect and influence and an audience online, especially in the beginning, share, don't tell. Share, don't tell. Share, don't preach. Okay, have a conversation with your audience. That's going to make you stand out from others that are, you know, turning up on live video and like preaching, telling. It's a one-way conversation. You want to have a two-way conversation with your audience from word go. You want to share, and it's like, so I thought I'd share this with you because, you know, it was really helpful to me, so I thought it'd be helpful to you. You know, what do you think about that? Would this be helpful to you? Do you think you're going to take any of these tips that I've, you know, given you? Like, that might be something that you say, and have a conversation with your audience and share. So you actually care about your audience, you care about their thoughts, you care about, you know, what they think. Like, that's going to give you so much more respect on your live videos and help you stand out from the crowd than all these other people that are showing up doing live video and they're just preaching to their audience. Okay, really, really, really important. All right. Responding to comments. It is a privilege when people respond to your comments on your live videos. So please go back as soon as you can. Ideally within the first 90 minutes, if you've got comments, that you comment back. Okay? But here's a warning, guys. Don't promote your video to everybody in your own network marketing team and say, comment, I'm going live. Can you comment? You'll end up with an inbred timeline. Okay? So what you're training the algorithm to do is, if it's only members of your team commenting on your live video, then you're training the algorithm to send your content to the people within your team. That's not what you're on social media for. You want to go out to the people that you don't know yet. You want to go out to the people that you're prospecting. You don't want the algorithm to suddenly be trained to only go to the people that are already in your business. So don't go out and promote everybody within your team to go and fully love on your. You could have a few, yes, but that is only going to end up with an inbred timeline. So that's not a good thing. Okay. So, but you do want to, whatever your comments you do, wherever they come from, if you do get comments, respond back, because that's what drives the algorithm. It's a conversation. I've shared with you guys before, if you've been around me for a while, you would have heard me say this. There are signals that get fired off that trigger the algorithm. You know, if somebody loves or likes, or, you know, something that's a signal, a love has a stronger signal than a like. So when you're giving out, like, do loves, don't do likes. Likes just don't have any weighting anymore. So a love is a stronger signal than a like. Okay, if somebody comments, that's an extra signal that's being fired off. Somebody's commented on your live video, so there's a combination of signals that make the algorithm work for you. It's just not one thing or another. There's a million of these, signals that get fired off. If somebody writes more than 100 characters, that's an extra signal that gets fired off. You comment in within an hour and a half and ask a question and somebody responds back. Signal, firing. The algorithm is doing its thing. Okay, so you want to, there is nothing worse. I see it in the video challenge all the time. I'll go and catch up on videos days later than they've actually done them. And I look at them and I was like, they haven't responded to any of these comments. You're shooting yourself in the foot with your own algorithm if you don't go back and respond to your own comments, and quickly if you can. It's not always possible. It's not always possible for me. I go from live videos to calls to trainings to whatever. I might not get back, to my live video until hours after. It depends what you're doing. But if you can do it, because it's going to help the algorithm, which is going to help your videos stand out more in the crowd, the more people that they get sent to. Okay, you following along so far? You're all good? Okay. Number 9, try not to read. Like, really bring some life and conversation. That's what's going to stand out more from the crowd from others. Like, I've always got notes when I go live, but if I sat here and read it to you, is that really going to engage you? Okay, I've got 15, tips here to help you with, to help your Facebook Live stand out from the crowd. When you do these 15 things, blah, 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 blah. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Like, if I read to you, it's going to be boring for people. So even if you have notes, I have notes on every single live. There's nothing wrong with having notes. But, if you feel you need to tell people, say, look, I've got notes today. So if you see me looking down, I'm actually checking out my notes because I'm not that smart to remember 15 things. Okay, you just tell people. Okay, but you always want to ad lib and make sure you're being a human being and not just reading. It's really boring to listen to somebody to read. That's not going to help you stand out from the crowd. Okay. Number 10, how you structure a Facebook Live will help you stand out from the crowd. That's for tomorrow. Okay, join me tomorrow. I'll get back to that. But you can grab more attention by the way that how you actually structure your live. So join me tomorrow for that one. Okay. Here's just something not to do, guys. This is gonna scare people away. It's something I share with the video challenges. I'm not sure if I have this time around yet. So listen up. If you are on, I'm using a piece of software. I'm on my computer. When you comment, it comes up. So I can share your comment because everyone else can see it. Like, I can share Crystal's comment, okay? Proving on my bullet points, being more me. So I can share that because she's actually written that. When you're on your phone, especially if they're Facebook friends, you will see little alerts pop up and it will say such and such is watching with you. For the life of you, do not call somebody out unless they comment, even if you know they're there. Unless somebody comments, they may not want you to know that they're there. So you start a live video on your phone and somebody shows up that's kind of you haven't spoken to in years, and you go, oh, Mary, so good to see you on. I haven't spoken to you for years. How are you? I'll have to catch up with you after I finish my video. And Mary didn't comment. You just got a little notification from Facebook saying Mary is watching. Now, Mary might not have wanted you to know. So do not call anybody out unless they leave a comment. Can't express how important that is. I've been on the receiving end of that, and it freaked me out. That was a few years ago because I didn't want the person to know I was watching. It's somebody I didn't particularly like. They'd done something wrong by me, but their video came across my phone. So I was on for like 2 seconds. And they were like, hi, Helen, how are you? And I'm like, how the hell do you know I'm watching? Like, it freaked me out. And I've never watched anything since. You don't want to do that to people, guys. People don't know that you know you're watching. You're not always going to know when somebody's watching, but Facebook does tell you every now and again. Generally, it's usually people that might be a Facebook friend of yours that they're watching. You're not going to know everybody that's watching. You could have the number 10, of live viewers. You don't know who they are. You can't know who they are. But occasionally Facebook will tell you who they are if you're connected in some way. Okay, but don't call them out. Don't say anything to anybody unless they've left a comment. Got it? Okay, because that'll scare people away from you. We don't want that. Okay, we just got a few more. Make sure when people will come across your live videos that maybe don't know you, maybe you've shared out a live video and somebody else is watching it. And please, 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 this is a real pet peeve of mine in the video challenge. Some of you have really bizarre names. And some of you do live videos from a business page that don't even have your name on it. So it's like living healthy, or it's like, dreaming big or whatever. So there's no name, there's no person's name in it. Some of you might have a name that you look at, it's like, I've got no idea how to pronounce that. Like running sort of joke. I mean, how many of you know that I've struggled with Rashida's name because of the way it's spelled and it's got a T on it, but the T is silent. It's taken me weeks to work that out. Introduce yourself on your live. If you've got a weird name or if you're on a business page, that doesn't have your name on it. You just can't rely on the fact that people know who you are, guys. That's the beautiful thing of live video. If somebody shares a video of yours out to somebody that doesn't know you, you want to make it really clear who you are. And so if you've got an unusual name, or you've got a nickname, or you're on a business page that doesn't have your name on it, it is really, really important for you to share with people what your name is. Okay, let people get to know you so you can stand out from the crowd. People don't know who you are because of those reasons I've mentioned, then it's going to be hard for them to remember you. Okay, that'll go into line with the video that I share with you tomorrow as well. Okay, a few more. Let's finish this off. Here's a not to do. Do not wait for people to come on. Do not sit there and go, oh, there's not many on. I'll just sit here and wait for a few more people to come on. Most people are catching the replay, guys, and they don't want to sit there for 30 seconds waiting for you to wait for people to jump on. So that's a really good way to stop people from watching your lives. So when you're on live, just go. Just go. If you've got an intro like I do, there's actually 30 seconds to do that for me, but I'm not, they can do what they want. They don't need to look at me or whatever, listen or whatever. So there's ways around that, but please don't make people wait unless you're inside a group. If it's a scheduled training and it's your team or something like that, and only 2 people have jumped on, you might say, I'll just give it another 30 seconds, guys, wait for more of the team to jump on. That's appropriate, but it's not appropriate in a public sort of, page like this. Okay. 2 more. If you can, and this is something you want to work towards. It may not be something at the beginning, but something that will help make you stand out from the crowd is when you show up more regularly at the same time, people will show up with you. When you're more consistent, your audience will be more consistent. It'll help you stand out from the crowd. So if you only do live videos once a week, I would highly recommend that you do it at the same time. So that consistency with live video will help you stand out from the crowd. When people know when you're going live, then they're more likely to show up. It will absolutely help you. I know that because I've done it myself. I went from going live at different times to going live at a certain time to then really nailing it down to, my standard time that I go live. So when you show up consistently, so does your audience and your viewers. When you don't, people will miss you. Okay, so something that can really help you stand out is when you can do your live or lives. Like if you do 2 a week, 2 days, like Tuesday and Thursday. If you do 3, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like if you can work towards it, it's not the be all and end all. Going live versus not going live is obviously better than nothing. But if you can work towards it somewhere in your journey of showing up, I would highly recommend that. Okay, it will definitely help you. The last one to help you stand out from the crowd is just a little engagement strategy. I've talked about this before, but I want to remind you, is if you're doing live videos and regular live videos, and those of you in the video challenge, you can do this now, okay, is after you've done your live, grab the URL link. So the actual sort of like link, facebook.com, whatever, it's up in the top of, the bar there. Or you can use the shared link from your phone and go and copy that and paste it in your previous live video and say, did you catch this video about whatever, and put the link to your video on your previous Facebook Live. So so everybody that watched your previous Facebook Live will get notified. They'll get a notification in Facebook that you've commented on a live video that they've watched. So they'll get the notification with the link. So it can not only boost your previous video, it can actually help you get more eyeballs on your new video because it's now hit their notifications. Because everybody that commented on your previous video will get it, as I said, a notification with the link on it. So then if they click on that, now they're watching your new video, which maybe they hadn't done before. So the more eyeballs and the more regular people are with you will help you stand out from the crowd because you're just bringing value all the time. Okay, so it's just a good strategy to help increase a previous video and boost your, the next video that you did. Okay, I have talked way too long, but I hope that's helpful, those 15 tips, guys. Just to give you an example, those that are newer, you could break something up like this. Like this is a long video, but this is kind of normal for me. But if you were newer, you could break this video into 3. I've got 15 tips for you this week regarding how to make your live videos even better. I'm going to share 5 with you today, 5 with you on Wednesday, and 5 with you on Friday. So join me this week because we're going to talk about all things live video. Like you could take this one video, break it up into 3, and there's your content for a whole week. You know, I'm not saying that talking about live video is relevant to your audience, but you don't have to do videos this long with this much content. I just give you lots of value. So I just hope this is helpful, these 15 tips. So take with that what you will. Those of you that are in the video challenge, I really hope you've watched this video to help you really hone in those things and get your audience and get your viewers and get your attention and build your influence from word go. All these little things are going to help you stand out from everybody else that's doing live video that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. So I hope this is helpful to you, even if it's one of those 15. Okay, so join me live tomorrow for more detail about live video and the structure of a live video that can help you get more eyeballs on your live videos. It's not really that important now when you're in the challenge. For those of you that are in the challenge, it's more important for you after the challenge when you're on your own. These are the kind of things that you want to remember. Okay, so thanks for being here live with me, guys, or anybody that's catching the replay, and I'll check you. Well, I'll be back here tomorrow at the normal time. Bye, guys.